Our brains are remarkable organs. They are the command centers of our bodies, responsible for everything we think, feel, and do. Imagine the brain as a vast, intricate universe. Instead of stars and planets, it's made up of billions of tiny cells called neurons. These neurons are the fundamental building blocks of the brain. Each neuron is like a miniature processing unit, receiving, processing, and transmitting information. They come in various shapes and sizes, but they all share some common features. Neurons have a cell body which contains the nucleus and other essential components. Extending from the cell body are dendrites, branch-like structures that receive signals from other neurons. The axon is a long, slender fiber that transmits signals away from the cell body to other neurons. The connections between neurons are called synapses. These synapses are where the real magic of brain communication happens. It's important to note that neurons don't actually touch each other. There's a tiny gap at the synapse called the synaptic cleft. Now imagine billions of these neurons, each connected to thousands of others, forming an incredibly complex network. That's what your brain looks like. A vast web of interconnected neurons. These connections form pathways that allow different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. They're like the brain's communication superhighways, constantly buzzing with activity. When you learn something new, it's like building a new road in your brain. The more you use that road, the stronger and more established it becomes. That's why practice and repetition are key to learning and memory. These intricate networks of neurons allow us to process information from the world around us. They enable us to think, remember, and experience emotions. It's truly remarkable how these tiny cells, working together in concert, give rise to the complexity of the human mind. But how do these neurons actually communicate with each other? The answer lies in electrical and chemical signals. Neurons use electrical impulses to transmit information along their axons. These electrical signals are generated by the movement of charged particles, called ions, across the neuron's membrane. When a neuron receives a strong enough signal from other neurons, it triggers a cascade of events. This cascade of events is like a domino effect, propagating the electrical signal down the axon. It's like a spark traveling down a wire, carrying information from one end of the neuron to the other. Once the electrical signal reaches the end of the axon, it triggers the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters cross the synaptic cleft and bind to receptors on the dendrites of neighboring neurons. This binding process either excites or inhibits the receiving neuron, influencing its likelihood of firing its own electrical signal. This intricate dance of electrical and chemical signaling is happening constantly in your brain. It's the foundation of everything that makes you, you. When you think about a problem, millions of neurons are firing in different parts of your brain, processing information and making connections. When you experience an emotion, it's the result of complex interactions between different brain regions involved in processing emotions, memories, and bodily sensations. And when you make a decision, it's the culmination of countless neural computations, weighing potential outcomes and choosing the best course of action. The human brain is an incredibly complex and adaptable organ. It's capable of learning new things throughout our lives, forming new connections, and rewiring itself in response to experiences. Understanding how the brain works at this fundamental level is crucial for unraveling the mysteries of the human mind. It's a journey of discovery that continues to fascinate and inspire scientists and thinkers alike.